Too much fun. Guess what? Today we are having the debut of a new piece of equipment, the physio ball, also known as stability ball, big ball, whatever you want to call it. We're going to use it. So if you don't have one, don't stress about it. I'm going to give you a alternative exercise that can hit the same muscle group, so you don't have to worry about not having it. This is your workout, so I want you to make sure that you're doing what you can do, but it's kind of fun sometimes to incorporate different pieces of equipment and kind of different exercise toys that you can kind of challenge yourself with. I like the physio ball for leg days, but you don't need it. Don't worry about spending the money. A lot of times you can find them, if Goodwills are open. I'm not really sure if Goodwills are open right now, but you can find them. As always, if you are not cleared to work out, please consult a physician before you start to work out because I don't want you to get hurt. Other than that, all you need is your physio ball, a weight if you have one, and your mat. That's it. So we're doing legs and core today, which means we're going to do some hamstrings, we'll get some quad involvement, and then we'll also do some abs at the end because it's summer and why not do abs? Actually, I like doing abs pretty much every day, but that's okay. So yeah, let's get started. Let's get things set up. First and foremost, we're going to be concentrating on the slower phases of a lot of our exercises. So we're going to try to go nice and slow and controlled in each exercise. So we're not going to do as high of reps. If you want to do more reps, you can certainly do that. We are keeping it low reps so we can focus on the quality of our technique and our exercises. That way, as it becomes more second nature and as you up those repetitions, you're good to go and you're safe, okay? All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna take my ball. Sadly, I don't need it yet. So what we're going to do first is we're going to do just a regular old retro lunge or a backward stepping lunge. And when we do our retro lunge, remember we're on those railroad tracks. So our feet are in true parallel, like the sides of a letter H, and our lunge is going to step backwards and sink down. As we come up, I'm actually going to drive this knee that was just back up towards the front like I was running, and we're going to step back again and drive it up like I was running. So from the side, let me go ahead and face this way. The leg closest to you is the one that's stepping back. So I step back, okay, into that retro lunge position. My core is tight, my chest is up. I stand up, I drive that leg up, and I go back. Stand up. So the slow part is going to be on the way down. So as we lower into that retro lunge position, that is when we're going to concentrate on going nice and slow and controlled. Then we're going to pop up nice and strong to that running man position, nice and slow on the way down. 10 each side, 2 sets. Let's get started. Here we go. We're up nice and tall. Our core is tight, belly button to the spine. We're closing that rib space. We're going to step back. 3, 2, 1, up. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 3, 2, 1, 6, 3, 2, 1, 7, 2, 1, 8, 3, 2, 1, 9, 3, 2, 1, 10. Good. Check it out, other side. And notice, because I'm going slow, I'm not necessarily reaching very far back with this leg because I don't want my weight to shift here. I'm keeping the majority of my weight loaded on that supporting leg. There we go, 10 on the other side. Step back. Up we go. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Awesome balance. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. 2 more. Last one. Good. So, what do you do if you don't like lunges? If you're like, hey, I can't do a lunge, it's bad on my knee, hurts my back, limit your range. So, second set, this is your modification. I'm going to slight bend in both knees. I'm going to keep my weight over top of this one, reach this leg back further, drive up to that same position, reach back further. Notice I'm not going as low. I'm not loading that quad as much, not dropping into that flexed position, but I'm still going to be working on my balance, working on the rectus femoris to drive and flex, and still getting a good workout. So keep doing your other version if you want to. Here's your modification. Set a 10 on each side. You go back, reaching nice and long, drive 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Still felt that base leg working. Still had to challenge my balance. Still kept my core engaged and recruited so that I could keep my balance. Other side, if that was a bit too easy, find a compromise in between. So maybe flex down a little bit more, but don't go all the way down, okay? Do what you need to do to make this workout yours, okay? Here we go, last set. And we drive it up, slow it down, 3, 2, 1, drive it up, stomach is tight, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Good. Go ahead and grab your weight, shake it out, grab some water if you need it. What we're going to do, just need one dumbbell. We've done these before, but let's go ahead and go over technique. Your feet are still honoring the parallel, but now we're in a tandem stagger or a split stance. Sorry, tandem would be in one line. We are in a split stance. From here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my weight, hold it straight down, going to hinge at my hips, core tight, all the way down as far as I can go, and then squeeze and come up. It's important that your arms are just holding the weights for you. They aren't lifting the weight or rolling back or doing anything fancy. This is just a hinge at the hip. By hinging at the hip, we're actually causing the posterior chain, so hamstrings, glutes, low back muscles, to engage to lift you back up. So we're putting them on stretch as we go down, we're engaging them to come up. When you're doing these, keep a mindset on whether or not your core is being drawn back and in and your ribs are closed. If you maintain your core and you don't allow any flexion or extension of the spine, you're gonna have to move at your hips. You don't have another option, okay? So really focus on keeping that and maintaining that so that we get the correct joint motion, okay? So 10 times, this is your modification. Just limit the range of how low you're dropping down. Once you feel a pull in your hamstrings, go ahead and hold there and then come back up. Here we go, all the way down, all the way up, 10 times. We go down and squeeze. Squeeze your glutes at the top, lift up your chest. Down, 2. Down, 3. Down, 4. Down, 5. Down, 6. Down, 7. Down, 8. Down, 9. Down, 10. Good. Switch sides. Same stagger. Now my opposite leg is in front. Core is tight. I bow forward. Go down. 1. Down. 2. Down. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Okay, from here, you can either do that over again, or if you want to progress it, what you can do, hold it in the opposite hand. My right leg is going to be going back, so it's in my right hand. My core is tight. I'm going to hinge at my left hip and fold kind of forward into a almost T position from the crown of my head to my heel. Squeeze and come back up. So this is definitely going to be challenging for your balance. If the other one felt good and you felt like you were getting a good hamstring and posterior chain activation, stay there. If not, grab your weight and challenge your balance. Only go as far down with your chest as you can hold your balance and as you can lift your leg. You want to keep your hips squared to the floor. You don't want to turn your foot out as you go and open your hips up. So my toe is facing the ground the whole time. My hips are facing the ground, and I squeeze it back up. You can do this with no weights. So if you want to start off today doing the advanced version with no weights, I recommend that. If you want to challenge yourself further, go ahead and keep your weight. So, leg that's kicking up, that's the arm that has the weight. We tighten our tummy 10 times. Core is tight, we hinge, and up. 1, hinge, 2, hinge, 3. And my base leg, my leg isn't changing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go to the other side. Last set on this side, same rules apply. Now my left hand has the weight because my left leg is going back. Core is tight, head is up. Hinge. And we're up. This is not as strong of a balance side for me if you see me tipping a little bit. Down. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Let's redo that one. 7. 8. 9. One more. And 10. Go ahead and keep a hold of your weight. What we're going to do now is we're going to do what I call a swing. You're going to have the weight in one hand. So say it was in my right hand. What we're going to do is we're going to hinge. Both legs are straight. I'm going to throw my hips forward and bring it up to shoulder level. where I will switch hands and do the other arm. So when I'm doing my swing, I'm reaching through my legs, back is straight, core is engaged. I come back up, squeezing through my glutes, core is still engaged. Switch hands, other side, up. Okay, I'm actually gonna have a slight softness in my knees, just so I don't hyperextend, but here we go. So, have your weight. It can usually be a pretty good size weight too, but kind of go with how you feel. Go through your legs, okay? So through, swing and squeeze, down, 2. Does that make sense? I'm gonna get a little heavier of a weight so I can control it a bit. So I have my 15 here. Here we go, hinging and up. Reach down, up, oops, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Forgot to switch. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Take a breather. First set, step. I like swings that get my heart rate up. I also like the kind of dynamic switching. Sorry about that. So I like that kind of give and take, pull and press. Let's go ahead and do our second set, and then we're on to the mat, okay? Here we go. We start below, we reach through our legs. So I'll go from here. Up and swing. 2, squeezing the glutes every time. 3, pressing into that extension. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, core is tight. 11, 12, 13, 14, squeeze the bottom. 16. Almost there. You did it. Let's go ahead and put this down. Grab your physio ball. And what we're going to do first is we're going to put it in front of us in a tall kneeling position. That means you're going to be up on your knees. You need to fold your mat over. That will give you a bit more cushion. What you're going to do is you're going to put your forearms on the ball. Okay. Drop your hips into a front plank position. And you're going to act like you're stirring a cauldron or a pot or a big bowl of soup. Let's go 10 the other way. So stirring it clockwise now. All right. In and out this time. So what you're going to do is you're just going to go out with your arms about 2 inches, pull them towards your rib cage. Breather. We have one more set. So what if you don't have the physio ball? What do? What you can do, stay, that physio ball. What you can do is get into your front plank position. You can do modified on your knees or on your toes. But the first thing you're going to do is make a little tiny circle. And then go the other way for 10. Good. So the circles, instead of me using my arms to move the ball, my arms are now the fixed object, and I'm actually circling my body, utilizing the muscles around the glenohumeral joint or your shoulder joint. When you're in order to do the saws, same idea, but now you're going to shift forward and back in that position. So you're here, arms are fixed, go forward and back. So 10 clockwise, 10 counterclockwise, 10 saws back and forth, and you're done with the front plank version. Next up, go ahead and grab your ball. So we've done regular bridges where your feet are on the floor and you're drawing your belly button to your spine and you're lifting your hips. Okay? If you've done those and you're like, well, most of those are too easy, that's okay. What you can do is you can do single leg, so cross one leg over or hold it straight out and just use that one leg to push you up. If you have your physio ball, what we're doing today in place of those bridges are roll-ins. So your heels are on the ball, you're digging down with your heels, toes are straight up towards the ceiling. We're gonna lift our hips up, keeping our belly button drawn in. We're gonna curl your heels towards your bottom and come all the way back out. Curl your heels towards your bottom, come all the way back out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and lower down. So with your foot on ball roll-ins, you have to do a lot of balancing through your core to get the ball to stay where you need it, but you also are recruiting a lot of hamstring. If you find that as you bring your knees in, your butt goes down, instead of thinking about using your hips for the motion, think about you're kicking your heels back and down to kick the top of your bottom. So what I mean by that is instead of thinking knees up, see how my hips flexed and I dropped my butt towards the ground? Instead, what I want to do is I want to lift up, think about kicking my heels towards my bottom, flexing only my knees, and then coming all the way back out. The slower you release it or come away from your hips, the more hamstring you're going to feel kind of activating because you're forcing those connections in the muscle, you're forcing them to separate. We have one more set of 10. Give whichever version you can a try. If the roll-in is too much, just work on digging your heels down and lifting up. Okay, that is perfectly fine too. I'm going to do another set of the roll-ins. So here we go. Lifting up. 1, 2, 3, core is tight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Take a breather. Yay. Last optional thing for you to do is actually some sit-ups using your physio ball. So back on the ball. Okay. Feet flat on the floor. Make sure they're not going to slip. There we go. Hands across your chest or supporting your head, but never pulling on your neck. What you're going to do from here, you're just going to crunch and lift and down. If you want to come down lower, you can, but it's going to be a lot more glute extension and less of a sit-up. So I like to support my tailbone and my hips on the ball, lean back over it, draw up, crunch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm allowing myself to come into a slight extension, but I'm keeping my core engaged. I'm not relaxing onto that ball. Last one. Take a breather. So once again, when you're doing your sit-ups, keep that tension, keep that belly button drawn in. Make sure that you're really focused on whether or not you're letting those ribs splay open or if you're keeping them nice and cinched in. Second set, sorry. Here we go. And we draw in, we lift up, 1. And try to get a little higher, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Awesome job. So that was it. That was our quick little Friday fun workout. We got some legs, we have some core involvement. Hopefully you have new things you can do on your own with your physio ball. But yeah, so I will see you on Monday. Remember to hydrate for 1. 2, also remember that Saturdays are for family. So do something fun and active with your family this weekend. And Sundays are for recovery. So make sure you're eating well, drinking lots of water, especially if you're going outside. And you're also just having fun and enjoying it, okay? All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me for another workout. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And I'll see you next time. Bye.